Good afternoon. Today we're going to review how to take and submit an assignment in SAM. So first thing we do is log into SAM, then I'll click on SAM Assignments. And I'm looking for my Word Project 1. And I'm in the 6-week class, and here it is right at the top of my list, so I will select that. Well, first I'll look at it, make sure it's of the type project. It's available now, and the due date is May 25th. So I'm going to click on this to select it, and it gives me the details of the assignment. It shows me that I have 3 submissions allowed, and I have 3 left because I haven't tried it yet. So we're going to click OK. And it will present me with the assignment. And you can print this screen if you need to, but what's important here is to download all of the documents they have for you, which would be the download file, which will be your instructions, plus the blank template that you must use to submit your assignment. And what I want you to do is notice that when you submit the assignment, you've got to save it with a 2 after your name. Okay? This is because right here they're showing you what the assignment should be named as, and you locate it on your computer, but the document they're giving you is a 1. So let me show you how we're going to do that. First I'll download the instructions. Click on Download File. It says Open with Microsoft Word or just save the file. Well, I'm going to open it. And it comes up in Word, and I'll bring it over here so you can see it. And you'll notice it's got a name, Assignment NP Word 2010 T1, so on and so forth. But this is the instructions for this assignment. Tutorial 1, Case Project 1. And what you would probably want to do is print this out. Gives you very clear and concise instructions on what you must do. I want to caution you, in SAM, on assignments such as this, it is very, very particular about how you type capitals, lowercase, plural or singular words. It must be done exactly as they say. If they ask for a certain color text, you must use that. Okay, so you want to save this file. So I'm going to click on Save. And what I usually tell my classes, in your Documents file, on your computer, you should create a directory for this class. So if you haven't done that already, click on New Folder, and what we're going to put here is the name of the course, CGS 1060C. Okay? And my suggestion is you keep all of your documents in this directory or folder so you can easily find them. So I've created it, now I will select it. And I'm going to just save this document as is. Okay, so I will hit save. And it's just giving me a little disclaimer here, and we're okay with that, so I'll say okay. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside, but those are my instructions for this class. Now I'm going to click on this next file, and we'll open this one in Word as well, and I'll bring that over. And as you can see, there's nothing in this file. Well, this is the file where I must complete my assignment. It's formatted correctly for the assignment, and it's got the right name. So what we're going to do before we even start, we're going to save this. So we'll hit Save, and I'm going to find that directory I created, which is CGS 1060C, which is right here. Okay? And you'll see the other file I saved. Now here's the important part. Okay, so this says Raphan _1, and what we want to call this is a -2. But let's check that to be sure I'm doing the right thing. So let's move that out of the way. And you see here, I'm sorry, it says _2, so we have some extra characters here. This is the important part of this. Okay, let's see. I can't show you both at the same time, but what we need to do here is take out this -2, which was a -1, I think, and this should be a 2 over here. So the way every assignment or project you try to submit will have your name at the end of the name of the file with an _1, you change that _1 to a 2. And if it has a .1 or a -1 after that number, take it out. It must be named this way. If you don't name it like this, you can't submit it. And of course, this will be your name in here however they had it, okay? So we'll say save, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I have my blank document. I'm going to move that over. So this is the way it must be named, the way you see it here, okay? So they will give you the blank named like this, and it should have an _1. I'm not sure why they do it that way, but they do. And what you've got to do is put a 2 in there. Okay, and you'll notice here where it says the file name or name should match the file name in italics below. And I believe every single time it's an _2. Okay, and we'll find out. So now we're ready to start the assignment. We're not ready to submit it yet because we haven't even done it. So let's move this over here. Here's our blank document, and I have my instructions, and I'm not going to complete this, but it says, let's see, what is this assignment? It says Pam Estevez, a nurse at Pennywell Family Practice, asks you to organize a lunchtime lecture series, and you read the rest, do exactly as it says, but here are the instructions. It says open this file, which will be an _1, and save the file as the same thing with an _2, but I already showed you how to do that when you first open it, so that part is done. Okay, then it says type the following return address. Okay, what I'm going to do, it wants you to type it, but I'm just going to copy it. It doesn't always allow you to do that, so I'm going to just copy it here. And I'm not looking at any formatting or anything. I'm not saying this is right or wrong right now. I just need something to submit, okay? Most likely, this is formatted wrong because it's not starting at my left margin. I'll move it over, but this is for you to read in your book, study in SAM, and then figure out how to do it. So I'm going to stop right here. Also, since we haven't really had a lesson face-to-face, since this is an online class, I always tell my students, only type as much as you'd care to retype before you save. So we're going to save this. I'm just clicking on the little save icon. Also, you could hit File and then do a save here, okay? And let's say that's all I'm doing for this assignment, which of course would be ridiculous, but we'll leave it this way. So I'm going to close this. So now I'm actually ready to submit. The good thing about working on assignments like this is I don't have to submit it today. It's not due till, well actually I think it was due the 25th, which is today. But I could go out of this, come back in, and finish it later. But I want to show you how to submit, so now we'll click on the Browse down here in SAM. So I click on Browse, and I've got to go find that file. So I know I put it in Documents, and I also put it under CGS 1060C because that's this class. And here's the document. So I select it, click Open. Now it shows up here where it says File Location, and if you want to be sure, you can drag your cursor in there and see that you have the right one. Okay? So that's it. I'm going to click Submit. As long as I name this document correctly, it will allow me to submit it. Some of you have emailed me and said you're not able to submit. Well, the problem is you didn't name it exactly the way SAM wants it, and perhaps you can't even use a document if you created the document yourself. That's why I downloaded the blank template. I suggest you do that, and you should not have any trouble. Just make sure you make sure it has your name, underscore, and a 2. All right? So then it says Return to SAM Assignments. You can print this just to prove that you actually submitted it if you like, but I'm going to go back to Return to SAM Assignments. Now it depends how fast the system is, whether this has had a chance to grade that assignment or not. So let's check. So to check on the results, we go to Results. Click on there, and here you get a chance to pick the report type. This wasn't an exam, this was a project. Okay, so let's click on Report Type, and here So then it says, what do I want to do? Download submitted projects or study guide. I believe what we want is the study guide. So we click on that, and here's my D2L Word Project 1, May 25th, submitted at 4:07, which was exactly 2 minutes ago. So I'm going to select that. Now I have to click up here on Generate Reports. So I do that, and it will create the report for me. So here it is, and this is a PDF file. So what you can do is, let's see, you should be able to save it, but you can print it. And what I suggest is you print this out. So click on Print Using PDF, and here's where you get a chance to open it as a PDF file. And here it is. This is a PDF file. I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing, but it goes through every single step for this assignment. Verify that your name appears in the footer of the document. Well, I didn't do that yet, but I also didn't read the entire assignment. And what you can do is, if you look over here under Training, if you're not sure how to do that, you could click on Open, and you can click on the column that says Training, and here it will give you that training. Open an existing document, save a document with a new file name, okay? And that doesn't really sound like it'll show you how to do a footer, but it should. Also, up top here it says Launch All Training. If you click on that, it'll give you the full training for this assignment, or you can just go down here, see what you missed, and work on that. Okay? So this is what I think some of you have missed. What I would do at this point also is I would probably save it. You'll notice the save icon is grayed out, but that happens a lot in Adobe Acrobat. So you just click on File, Save As PDF, and then you can save it. And of course I would save it on that same place where I saved it before, Documents, CGS 1060C, and it has it here, Project Student Study Guide, but I would call it whatever this really was. And what is this? D2L Word Project 2, because they all have this name, D2L Word Project 2. Oh, or Project 1, whatever that was. Project 1. Okay? I'll save it. Now I have it, and I can go do whatever I have to do. Okay, so what you would do is you would study what you missed. If you don't like the SAM training, which I suggest you try, you look at your book. Look at the course. There's a bunch of information in those PowerPoints in the course. Okay, so I'm done with this. So now what I'll do is I'll X out of it, and this is the same thing in here, so we'll X out of that, and basically that's it. You can click on Home and do whatever you need to do. You can go update the file. Also, once you've downloaded the information you need for this class, you could log out of SAM, take your time, work on the assignment, then make sure you submit it prior to the due date. But you want to leave extra time, because on projects you've got 3 submissions, so if you get it wrong, you have a chance to redo it. Okay, that's all I have on this. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Thank you, and have a great day.